Everyone wanna know who's the best fitness influencer. There's a lot of going back and forth opinions out there. I think there's too much opinions. Navigating the Greg Doucette maze of this is good and this is bad is not easy and frankly too slow. No one has time to be listening to peep-squeak opinions all day, and that's why I constructed the only correct fitness influencer tier list, 2024 edition. So that you today can see who's the best fit for you. No propaganda, just straight science-backed facts. Liver King. You know, there's not much to say here. His name is Liver King because he is the king, so I guess that means he gotta be an S tier. I'm just joking, guys. F tier. If I could put him lower, I would.
Primals, I'm making this video to apologize. The Liver King brand has had nothing, or at least very little, to do with my business success.
Even after getting his post, this guy is still fronting his ancestral lifestyle while blasting gear like a fucking maniac. He should just change his name to Liver Failure at this point. Joe Facer. Now, Joe is a cool dude compared to our previous
business success.
Yeah. He's way more transparent, taking us on his journey through both good and tough times. And his videos has inspired countless skinny kids to bulk up, and for that reason, Joe deserves the B tier. Lex Little. Now, I've never really watched Lex Little, but from my understanding, he seems like a chill dude who claims natty while his whole community thinks he's juicing. Now, I'm just gonna make this short because I don't really know much about him, so I'm just going gut feeling here. Middle of the list, C tier. Will Tennyson. Now, I just gotta say the reason I put him on there was because I thought of Jesse James West, even though in retrospect I'm realizing I have forgotten to put Jesse on there. So for the sake of efficiency, we're just gonna assume they're the same person, which frankly I think works wonders, as I've always kind of looked at them like the same person. They're like a Jing-Jang duo where Jesse is the more extroverted and Will is a bit more, reserved. Now, they're definitely entertaining, and I feel that they have kind of the Mr. Beast energy, only difference being they are not. Definitely can be annoying at times. You know, I'm between B and C tier, but considering it's both of them combined, we're gonna go B tier.
You think Coach Greg is bad for saying that women can look delicious?
The peep-squeak himself, Greg Doucette. In recent years, you can definitely argue that Greg's channel has turned into some sort of drama alert for the fitness community. He definitely writes it a lot for views and has been in a good handful of controversies. However, he's also a really solid dude, and let's not forget to mention the insane physique he has at a stunning age of 48. Love him or hate him, you can't deny, Greg's one of the pillars of the fitness community on YouTube. And for that reason, it is undeniable that he's up there at the top. But personally, I don't think he's quite the S tier. At least not in recent years. Therefore, I'm gonna put Greg in the A tier. Tristan Lee. This one is gonna be a bit controversial. Tristan is, or was, one of the most treaded, as far as I know, natural athletes on the face of the internet. Obviously, until he started the long-awaited and long overdue bulk, which if postponed just a month longer would probably cause his nuts to fall off. Now, my problem with Tristan is that for me, the only factor making him unique is that he was young, shredded and natty. But apart from that, there are so many influencers with more entertaining videos, more amusing personalities, better tips, and yeah, you get the point. Now, don't get me wrong, he seems like a nice guy with a good physique, but across all factors that will make someone worthwhile to watch, he does not really excel in any of them. To be more concise, he's pretty average in all of them, to be honest. Just think about it. When was the last time you went on YouTube and searched Tristan Lee? Personally, I only heard from him when the algorithm forces him upon me through my brain rot YouTube short scrolling. On another note, he is very young and definitely has potential to grow in the future. But for now, D tier. Jeff Nippard, the epitome of science-based lifting himself. Jeff is definitely more on the educational side of the community, in which he excels. You can consistently rely on Jeff giving you the newest insights and discoveries, as well as concise breakdowns of classic phenomena. Although I personally don't really binge Jeff Nippard on my free time, I do find his content very valuable. So all things considered, I'm putting Jeff Nippard in the A tier. Eddie Hall. He's the beast, He's the guy repping Boohoo Man as a sponsor, and yes, he's the guy that got knocked out by Halftor. But he's also the subject behind a good 80% of my most viewed shorts, including my only viral short, consequently being the reason I'm here today making this instead of actually applying to jobs in an absurd hope that this channel is gonna pay for my boys trips to Croatia this summer. Now that's a fourth wall break if I know one, which is a good time to tell you that I need your feedback. Please like, subscribe, comment, please like anything for those views. Now enough begging. Let's figure out where Eddie ranks. As you can probably guess, I'm extremely biased only because he has served me so many views. Eddie, if you're watching this, thank you. But he is genuinely a really amusing guy to watch, on top of being a world-class athlete. As a YouTuber, I even think he's a bit underrated, and therefore I'm gonna be really bold and put him in the S tier. Now, I'm aware that this might be a bit exaggeration, but hey, it's my list. Joe Swole. This guy is not a piece of cake. He's the swole cake. Sorry. Okay, but actually, as far as I know, Joe acts like a police, calling out everybody who has bad behavior in the gym, often resulting in them deleting the video and perhaps even more. This itself is good, I guess, although he does also have some controversy before his whole New Year, New Me transformation, which for me makes me at times feel like he might be a bit inauthentic. At the same time, people can change. Now, simply being a good guy doing something good does not mean that you're gonna be at the top of my list. I do look at him as one of those TikTok guys, which frankly just does not make that big of an impact on me, right? It is kind of like the same story as Tristan, but yeah, like all things considered, I'm putting Joe in the C tier. Pretty average, Joe. This one I have been very excited for. He's the newcomer of the year, paving the way for a new era of gym content on YouTube, with his raw, unedited style. You know, I really like Sam Sulek. I think he is great and only keeps improving. He's like my new gym bro after my last one disappeared and helps keep me motivated. The question is he A or is he S tier? I'm just joking. This is the undisputed GOAT, double S tier, Larry Wheels. This is another OG. He's big, he's strong, he's charismatic, what is he not, right? If you ever decide to hit a workout with Larry, you know you're either about to hit the biggest PR of your life or end up in the ER with muscle tears all over your body. Now, Larry is definitely up there, but I think that if the S tier really is supposed to, you know, be the creme de la creme of 2024, Larry ain't making the cut, you know? He was up there, but it's new times, and time rolls on wheels. A tier. Bradley Martin. He's 260 and peaked in high school. Bradley was the shit a few years ago, no questions asked. But recently, when I think of him, I just think of all the podcast clips he has where he claims to beat the shit out of everybody. Honestly, he seems kind of desperate for the last wave of views before Bradley Martin is sadly forgotten. C tier. Chris Hera. I think that's his name. It's been some time since I saw one of his videos. He's one of only 2 calisthenics guy that I will be going over today. Now, he is probably not as relevant as he used to be, but just for my guts, I think he's such a cool dude. Like, full glazing, he seems like that guy with the tats and the attitude, you know? I feel like he's at home in the B tier. David Lade. This guy is probably the reason a million young boys started working out back in the day, and he's still uploading from time to time. He has the most insanely aesthetic physique and he's a decent fella. Now, I'm gonna be real with you guys, it's 2024 and it would be a stretch to put Lade any higher than the A tier. He's a legend, don't get me wrong, but figuring out these ranks is a proportional metric of parameters you would not understand, and from my calculations, these parameters clearly show that David Lade is in the A tier. C-Bum. This guy is literally the GOAT. He's the guy Sam Sulek watches when he feels demotivated. It would only be disrespectful of me to discuss this matter because this guy is in his own tier. The only problem is it's not possible to manifest this into physical form, and therefore we're just gonna have to put him in the S tier, of course. Who would have guessed? Brownie, our second calisthenics dude and another Mr. Beast crossword style video content creator. This guy knows how to entertain, and he proves that yes, it's possible to build a decent physique without a traditional gym. Good fella, Brownie is in the B tier. Daddy no. He's the dad you wished you had, and he has the physique you'll never have. I feel like Noel is the kind of like the adult version of Sam, just personality-wise. He's probably the only guy that I first started watching on TikTok that I actually somewhat respect. He seems like what Joe Swallows aspire to be, you know? I've already made up my mind. Noel Diesel is going in a S tier. Yeah. Now, the video is starting to get a bit long, and as you can see, I've added wheels twice for some reason, but yeah. I'm just gonna skip ahead to Alex Eubank as our final contestant. Now, remember, if you have someone that you did not see on the list today, it is very possible to make an extended list later, but for now, Eubanks is our final influencer. If this was 1 or 2 years ago, I would probably put him at A or maybe even S tier, but it's no secret that Alex has been on a downfall recently. And for me, authenticity is one of the biggest factors in my judgment of people, and this guy is not it. At the same time, he has made quite the impact and is still kind of relevant, but it seems even Greggy Boy has stopped milking him for views because there are no views left. It would be generous of me to put him in the C tier, even though I probably would put him in the D tier. Only problem is that he's definitely better than Joe Swole. Low-key Tristan is also better than Joe Swole, but hey, ranked is ranked. I can't change the past. Conclusion, Alex gets the C tier. That's the final list for today. Let me know if this is a horrible, horrendous take or if I was onto something in the comments.